What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another episode. Well, as you can see, there's still snow on the ground. Still a winter wonderland for these guys. The pigs are still screaming as usual. We gotta separate these guys. They're not made to be with the goats, I don't think, and everybody else. They need to be on their own. They're doing okay, but you hear them? They're loud and obnoxious. So, we're starting off the day. We gotta feed everybody, make sure everybody's nice and warm. Jerry, how them nuts doing, Jerry? Are you cold, Jerry? Go, why aren't you in the barn, Jerry? Because you want some food, don't you? All right, well, let's give everybody some grain. Ralph. Hey, take it easy, Ralph. Watch out, Ralph. There you go, sheep. There you go, buddy. Llama, I'm coming down here. There you go. Ralphie, you like this weather, buddy? Oh, okay, how's it going? Everyone always is worried about you in the snow, but you can handle it, can't you? You're just a beast like that. What if I say Kush? Oh, he didn't freak out. Last time I said Kush, he freaked out. He don't like us as much, though, I don't think. We have to earn his trust back. He got pissed when we tried to train him out of Kush, but all you gotta do is give him a little bit of food, and they'll love you again. Oh, Llama, I gave you some over there. Come here, Llama. There you go. All right, well, everything's fed. We gotta go fill up their water and check on Chungus. Chungus, your water's frozen. Yeah, wonder why he drug all this.
Oh, you didn't do that?
No.
Oh.
Wonder if he did that to give him like.
So he didn't like walking in the snow.
Look, he made his own path. I didn't do that. That's hilarious. His water's frozen though. What the heck? It was open yesterday, so. All right. Well, we gotta diagnose the power issue here. Frozen. I mean, I wonder if theirs is frozen too, because theirs is on the same. This is on the same post. But I'll give Chungus some food here, and then we'll figure out his water situation. We're not gonna let my boy Chungus go thirsty. There you go, Chungus. Where you at, pal? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's got nice little bedding in there. It's got it all spread out, even though that's his food, okay? That's not even his hay, that's food, but you could also use it as bedding. You could give him shavings and stuff, but I figure I'm like, just give him unlimited food. If he wants to turn it into bedding, he can. If he wants to eat it, he can. But we gotta go figure out this water situation. Today's video, though, I will say, is about deer hunting, okay? We're starting it off. Everybody, you know, you guys gotta see the animals. We gotta make sure the animals taken care of. It's winter out here, it's snowy. Things go wrong, waters get frozen, okay? So we gotta go fix that, but we are gonna be deer hunting, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we gotta figure out how to unfreeze Chungus' water. I think I found your problem, Jim.
Yeah, I can see this not working now.
Yeah, you usually gotta plug these things in order to get them to work.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Is it good to have water in the plug when you plug it in?
Yeah. No, you got it.
Okay, we'll give it a try. How do you know if it works now?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to come. I'll give him some fresh water on top, and then we'll have to check it. Rick, what are you doing there, buddy?
How's it going?
Well, I think I hit when I was plowing snow. I hit the cable. I didn't even see it though, like, cause I was like, oh, I'll look out for it. Oh shoot, the water's overflowing. But Chungus' water came unplugged when I plowed the snow yesterday, so I'm guessing that's the deal. I don't know. We'll see if it still works. I wish there was like some of my extension cords have like a power light that shows that they're working. This one unfortunately does not. So I'm gonna give them some fresh water just so there's some sitting on top of that ice. It'll probably also help melt it, and then I'll check back tonight and make sure that everything's all thawed out. But look what we got going on here. Freaking jacuzzis here for all the animals. These stayed unthawed. Hey buddy, how you doing? These stayed all unfrozen, and we're even giving a little swimming pool here for these ducks. But animals taken care of. I don't think anything's dead. I will say though, I think Llama's in heat because she's got a weird smell to her. Like she just runs around and it just kind of stinks. But Ralph has been really interested in her lately. He's been chasing her around and stuff, which is weird because she usually wants nothing to do with him. Llama, what are you doing there, buddy? What happened to Steve? You can't cheat on Steve. Where's big boy Steve at? Steve! I guess that's what happens when you have a camel versus alpaca. It's kind of a size issue. You know what I'm saying, Llama? Hey, you cheating on Steve? You want that camel? Imagine that. Imagine a camel llama. There's no way that would work. I haven't seen them like mount or anything. I just have noticed Llama has a weird smell. She's acting a little goofy. She cares a little bit less about grain than usual. And her and Ralph do this little tango dance. Like basically, like he chases her and she kind of like acts like she doesn't like it, but then she stops and then spits on it. It's a weird thing. I wish I could have documented it because I saw it again this morning, but I'm not sure if she's neat. We got Rick here. I'm gonna open this up though. Maybe. There we go. There you go. Now you guys can see they were digging at holes from the side. It makes it kind of hard for them to get to, especially like Carol. Oh God, what's that guinea flying for? Ralphie, what are you doing there, buddy? It makes it kind of hard for Carol, like something with big horns, to get into this. She can get in, but then she gets stuck. So you can see she's eating all of that. But that way that gate opens up, they can eat it from the other side. So animals taken care of. I'll let you know if the camel ends up breeding with llama at some point. I said I haven't seen them do anything crazy, but they're doing a little tango dance. They're kind of just hanging out. They're getting a vibe check on each other. So I'll give you guys an update on that. But what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna try hunting out of the new bougie luxurious blind. We set it up kind of close to my house, but it was just kind of like it's kind of hard to transport this thing. It's basically like a car. So we set it up at a spot where I'm not sure if there's a ton of deer. Ralph's pissed. He wants some of that grain. He came over, when you started walking over, he came over and started stomping. Really? He's ticked. Anyway, so we set the blind up. You'll see in a second here where we put it. Oh God, Ralph, no.
You almost crushed Jerry.
Jerry, get out of the way. What is he doing? Ralph, hey, no, Ralphie, you settle down there.
He's excited.
Why is he? Dude, I'm telling you, ever since, hey,
Rick.
quit fighting Lucy, Rick. Ever since Llama's been going in heat, he's been acting goofy.
He's crazy, yeah.
Look at him. He's just, what are you doing, Ralph? He just starts freaking out. So what I was saying, sorry, I get distracted. The blind we're going to is just down the road from my house. You can see the house from it. And it was basically the only timber stretch that would be on like a normal, really? Rick.
He's got to figure
Why
it out.
does he do this? It's the only timber stretch that is next to like a flat road that we could take this trailer to, because this trailer, you can't really take it like up in the hills and the mountains and all down through the valleys and stuff from my property. So we're gonna go out there right now. We're gonna scout. Okay, I've got a trail camera out there. I've seen some does. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of bucks, but I've seen some does. So we're gonna go out there. I know where the does are because I put the camera in a certain spot, but I need to know where they're coming from and what direction, so we know when to get into the blind, which windows to be looking out of. Basically, we just gotta prepare. So we're gonna take a mule down there and go scout, look for tracks, coyote, deer, whatever, kind of see the route. It's nice with the snow here because you can really see what's going on, what animals are moving where and how they're moving and stuff like that. And then tomorrow morning, Poolja and I are gonna get up extra early and go sit in the new luxurious blind, except I don't think we're gonna use the heater because of the propane. But anyways, with that being said, we're gonna jump in the mule, head down to the blind. You guys stay tuned. Shoo! Alrighty, folks. Oh, we're starting off good. What's this guy going? Deer. You can see the crease in between its little knuckles. So this is where the blind is, right here, giving it a dangle. I'm pretty bummed we're not gonna use the heater because it's gonna be freaking freezing tomorrow morning. I saw it was gonna be like 5 degrees outside. But this is the timber line. The reason why we put it here is there's a tree stand from one of the previous owners. So obviously it's got to be like worth something. We're hoping the deer like this area, but I will say I do have a camera. Actually, I can see the camera from here. I'll show you. So look at all these. Yeah, these are deer. That's like, wow. What do you think makes them like?
Why would you walk right there?
Why would you? What's? I guess the only thing I can think of is if they're coming from. So my neighbor, he's got a lot of tall grass, probably where they would bed down. And there's some. My other neighbor on the east has some corn, because I have no food. Like there's zero food. There's no grains or food plots or anything on my property. So it's like it always baffles me when there's deer here, other than just like bedding, or if I'm like in between, you know, like between bedding and food or something. This is like a highway, because it's like there's so many tracks right here. This is just absolutely crazy. But my trail camera, I'll show you if I can get down to it here. There it is. It's out. Well, it's that tree right there. So down in that valley, I don't want to. The only reason why I don't want to walk up there is I don't get my scent over it. We have been seeing a bunch of deer walking. Oh, you know what? I can see it right now. Look, you see that dark spot? That like slide in between those two trees. I think that's where they're coming down into the valley. Oh, like, maybe. So they would walk maybe from there. We need to go up there, but like then they slide. Because I was wondering, like, we have to know how they navigate. Because over there, probably, what do you think, 75 yards is like a cliff. Like, yeah, I doubt this creek bed does not run like all the way down my property. It stops right there. So like they're obviously not coming from there. So I need to figure out, are they coming from there? Because if they're coming from that side, then we need to look out those front windows. If they're coming from that side, we need to look out the back windows, or we could just hunt the creek, which would be like the side windows, which is why I set that blind up that way. So you could kind of get best of both worlds here. I left the dogs inside because I didn't want their tracks messing up our tracking. Give me 2 seconds and then I'll let you out, okay? I don't think their scent would really mess up the hunt, but let's go down here. So looking like there's some more. Dude, look how, oh, wow. Like, what do you think deer do?
You think those are deer?
I think so. Yeah, it's deer. I can see their little knuckle. What, like, I don't know, explain it. I guess deer just wander. Like, yeah, clear, like I said, clearly there's no food around here, so I don't know why they come in from there. Like, so my theory, what we've seen in person, a lot of times when we're driving, like when we were building the cabin late at night, not late at night, but like at dark, we would drive from the cabin to here, and we would see them. Like you and Zach saw a couple that just bumped right here. So I know there's always deer here, and then we see them on camera there. I don't think they come from over there because there's really not much. So we're coming down here to kind of investigate. So right here, so this might be, okay, I can see it. Oh, there it goes. It goes up that hill. You see that? So it goes up there. So they might be coming from my neighbor's property here and then somewhere going down. So we might want to look out those back windows. Yeah, they're just walking on this edge like
Go
this.
down like that.
Man, they're dicey walking right there. They're
Them
gonna.
all right there.
Yeah. Okay, so I see it now. So they walk. Okay, so my theory is I think I can see their path there, like this, and then they dump down, and then they walk this bed. I don't know what for, other than, I mean, I know does I feel like aren't quite as weary, but like this, they would be a lot more hidden from predators. Like, so my house is right over there, like you can see it. So maybe they want to get, do they think they want to get like low so they can like, they use this as like a travel and then they pop up. So instead of walking on this open road, I mean, like you can see some tracks, but they don't, there's no tracks down there. So in order for them to get from here to that side, instead of walking on an open road, maybe they feel more safe, I guess, walking down in the timber. I know big bucks like a ton of cover. Well, that's the only thing I can think of. It's not like they're eating acorns off the ground anymore. They were doing that, you know, early season, but there's way too much snow.
I think you'll find them now.
No, all the squirrels have been probably eating them. Yeah, there's some squirrel nests up there. But yeah, now I can see that dark spot against that hill in between those two big trees. So I think they come down. I'm gonna walk down here. One last spot we kind of need to check is down here. Because it's weird because there's tracks here. So obviously they're not shy to walk on this road. But let me know. I'm new to deer hunting, obviously. So why do you think deer are walking through my property if there's literally no food? Like, I guess just
Point A to point B.
yeah, point A to point B. There's some really good bedding area on my property, but it's like way in the corner. This, I wouldn't really consider this as bedding. It's pretty thin. Yeah, my theory is they come from my neighbor and they walk here and they go to the cornfields over there. That's my theory. I don't know why they come through my property other than that there's no other corn over there or something like that. But I mean, there's just, everywhere you look, there's tracks. It's just in the last couple of days. So, I mean, what do you think? Do you think just, the only reason why I'm kind of like worried is I know this blind's going to be loud in the morning, especially like we're going to be set up. What do you think the distance between the blind? Let's say we shot him where the tree stand guy is, probably 40 yards, maybe 35 to 40 yards. It's really not that far. This blind is made for rifle hunting. I mean, I think that's what it was designed for, which you can't use a rifle. Now, you can use a muzzleloader right now, but I can't get it to work. So now my alternative is a crossbow. So I'm going to be using a crossbow. So I've got to be, for me, comfortably 60 yards would be good. I mean, I know you can shoot them up to like 100, but I don't really want to not take an ethical shot. So I'm going to try to get it within 60. But the way we have this blind set up, the distance between that blind in the middle of this is about 40. So 40, I feel good about it. But what I was saying is you're so darn close to the deer, you know, moving around in a hard blind with a hard floor. It's going to be loud in there because we've walked in it. It's not the quiet blind. It's not like you're not in a tent. The only reason why I'm kind of having to figure all this out is for filming purposes and for hunting purposes. Where do you set up the cameras? Where do you set up the PU station? Like, how do you set up? If we think that they're coming from here, we need to set up on these back two windows. If we think they're coming from here and we want to shoot them down in the valley, we need to set up there. If we think they're coming from that side, which I don't believe so, we set up on the front. So do you think the safe bet's just like not worry about where they're coming from and worry about where they go? So like, who cares, I guess, if they come from over there, if they're always gonna walk here, or I mean right here. I mean, you could throw a pebble at them
right there, yeah,
and shoot them, but you're gonna have to be really quiet. That's just it. So I would say if I'm looking where my trail camera is, yeah, I can see it's right down there. So they're walking right down there. I say we just set up in the middle of it. We put this blind here. It snowed. I left the camera out. Wanted to give it a couple of days to get some good tracks. So I don't want to blow this opportunity. I don't have a ton of deer on my property. If we have a deer come in, we spook it, we'll probably never see it again. This is the last opportunity to shoot a deer this season. So I would say we're probably set up in the middle. We're already ready to go. The bow's in there. So we're not gonna hunt tonight since we were getting our scent everywhere. Let it chill off. Check the cameras tonight, see if anything shows up, and then come out tomorrow morning and give her the old wham bam. With that being said, you guys stay tuned. Shoo! Alrighty, folks. Well, it's the next morning. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's not like the deer can hear me, but it is early in the AM. 6 a.m. We're headed out. We got like an hour 20-ish until shooting light, but we're packing up. This is the warmest I have dressed all year long, by far. I bought a bunch of new warm stuff. Well, not a bunch of new warm stuff. I bought some new boots. Basically the same boots I already have, but just newer, and some like base layer stuff, and obviously we got the Dux Thermal. And so I'm layered up more than I've ever been for anything this year so far, because it's 5 degrees outside. Now you might be thinking, well, you're hunting in the luxury blind. There's a heater. The thing is, if I can smell propane, I'm assuming the deer can smell propane. So it's one of those things, like if I was sitting in it all afternoon and the propane was left on like all day, the deer might get used to it. But they've been coming and going. I mean, you've seen the tracks. They come and go through this area frequently since it snowed. And I don't want to scare them off because all of a sudden they smell propane. Because I feel like it's a pretty distinguished smell. Like I said, we can smell it. I'm assuming they can smell it. So we're going to try to go heatlerless, meaning no heat involved. We do have some little hot hands to keep our hands warm. We've got some beanies. We've got gloves. We've got all the warmest of the warmest. I mean, we got the Ducks thermal coats right here. So I'm gonna try to be smart and not wear my coat when I hike down there, even though it's not super far. It's still probably pushing half a mile. Luckily it's downhill on the way there. On our way back, I'm gonna call Macy, and Macy will bring a meal down to go get us, so that'll help. So we're gonna get ready to rock and roll. How's this guy feeling?
Oh, we're feeling good.
Really? You dead or what?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well maybe.
How'd you sleep last night?
Actually, not that good. I'll be honest.
Up.
Yeah, I did too. Were you just that excited?
I was just too excited, maybe.
I was too, honestly. I was like, man, I check my phone, I'm like, it's 2 a.m. I'm like, man, I just want to go shoot Bambi. So anyways, we're going to pack up. We're going to head down. Like, so we should have at least about an hour by the time we get in the blind. Hopefully, the only thing that made me nervous, full jab, super cold, full moon. It's bright outside. What if they move early? And they're like, we're going to go, I don't know what they're doing, just walking, walking from one field to another. What if they do it too early before sunrise, before you can shoot? Kind of a botch, huh?
I see the issue.
I mean, well, let's hope for the best. I mean, we know the area that they're in. Obviously, the tracks are there. So, maybe they come back late more. I don't really know. I mean, the thing is, if we're in there dying, I would say if it's like 8 o'clock, okay, and we see, I'm turning that heater on. Oh. I'm gonna give it like that solid good 30 minutes before. After that, I'm warming up. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, we're gonna load up, pack up, start hiking. No meals allowed. Hiking down the trail into the luxurious blind that we're not able to use the heater in. You guys stay tuned. Oh, this is really quiet. Yeah. This is good. We made it. That's still CROSSBOW. Can't tell if I'm sweating or not, but if I am, it's not gonna be good. Alright, well, I guess we'll sit here for an hour. Let you know when it gets light. You gotta be kidding me. This blind needs a lot of work. Dude, it's the loudest, like, most poorly designed. I mean, like, this height makes no sense. I sat on the ground, it was too high. I sat up on the bench, I sat on the ground, it was too low. Sat on the bench, it was too high. Like, unless you're sitting and you're turned like this, like if we were sitting where pool jet is, like my hands are numb, dude. That's her though. She's been coming in pretty consistent. Might have to let her rest for a couple days. She might change her path too. I think this is just a going from bedding to some food source. I think because there's a lot of cornfields to the southwest of my house. Dude, my hands are numb, bro. In case you're curious, it feels like -3 out. That was my shot. I had it. I had one good opportunity besides just, I mean, luckily, dude, if that was a buck, that thing would have been gone in 2 seconds. I was banging around so loud.
Yeah, she was dumb.
But like, dude, whose idea was to make it, why not put, like, pool noodles on it or something? You know, we have a lot of work to do. I mean, I can't blame the previous owner, obviously. It's obviously my fault, but, like, I don't know. I just expected this to be better suited. I think this is more of a long-range rifle stand.
100%.
We were within 42 yards of that one. I ranged it. I had it, though. I'm going to be pissed if I don't get her now because I had a shot. I had one open shot. The problem is we have so much. I might clear some of that brush, too. There's a lot of little sticks, little ones that don't really affect much. And I was just nervous. I mean, shooting a bow, it's not going to, it takes one limb to deflect in. I'm not here to wound a deer. I want to make sure I take a perfect, ethical shot. I had one open shot, but Pool Jet said he can only see its butt, so I waited because I want to get you guys a cool dope slow-mo shot. She spun a 180, and she started walking so fast, I didn't want to move my crossbow, like, to follow her, because I could have stopped her, but if I move my crossbow, it's the loudest.
It's so loud.
It makes no sense how loud this blind is. I know you guys are watching this just cringing how loud I am, but, like, I'm trying as hard as I possibly can not to be loud. I don't know what to do. Like,
We need to put rugs in here. Like, this laminate needs to go. Every hard countertop needs to have something on it. Like, I don't know. This blind is not... I mean, if you're not using heaters, you might as well just pop up a tent blind here. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of having this big chungus? But, I mean, they came in. We've got them dialed. That's the power of trail cameras, cell trail cameras. And just obviously tracking them like you guys saw, looking for tracks. But, that was it. We'd be sitting in here right now, waiting 10 minutes and then going and track that deer if I pulled that trigger. Mm-hmm. I just didn't want to miss. I didn't want to wound it. Crossbows are a little different than a rifle. If that was a rifle or a muzzle loader, if I could get... See, right now it's muzzle loader season. If I could actually get my muzzle loader to work consistently, that thing would have been toast. I would have shot it right then and there. Through the brush, it wouldn't have mattered. But when you're using an arrow, or a bolt, I should say, for a crossbow, I wanted to make sure I had a good shot. So, well, we're going to give her some time. We didn't bust her hard. She didn't even blow at us or nothing. It's been worse.
She was just hearing weird noises
I think,
and didn't like
yeah,
it.
she was checking it out. We got good footage of her, I guess, but we'll give her a couple days. She was a big doe. That would have made some good weenies for sure. We're going to give her a couple days here probably. I'll keep that. The cam's already there. I mean, if we don't see her over the next couple days, I think she's probably changed her path. So, with that being said, see you guys in a couple days.
See you later. Well, Macy just dropped us off. How you feeling? Feeling better about it?
I'm tired.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you tired from? Just working?
I don't know.
Just working hard? Or are you sick?
No.
Oh, okay.
Tired.
All right. So here's the thing. We're starting the day off. It's about 4 o'clock. Well, let's get situated in the blind. I'll explain what's going on. So we're back. Okay, it's been 3 days. 3 days. Wow. Look how slippery this is. Incredible. All right. Let me sit down and explain this. It's been 3 days, okay? Why does this blind suck? I'm not sure. Okay, it's been 3 days.
I feel like I'm ice skating.
It's really not that cold in here. I think we'll be nice
No,
and
I'm
warm.
chilling.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. It's been 3 days, okay? Here's an update for you. Been watching the cameras. They came back that night, okay? We didn't even bump that hard. But we've counted 5 deer now that have used this path. I can tell by markings on the deer and also seeing them multiples of them at one time. I have also seen them in person yesterday morning when I was looking out my back window on my porch, and I can't quite see where we're at. I can see the blind, but I can't really see like in the ravine. But I saw 4 deer. I saw a mama, a baby, a mama and a baby, and then I checked camera and there's a mama. So I didn't see another baby with her. So I think there's 2 pairs of doe fawns and then a solo doe. So you guys, okay, so here's the thing. We were about to shoot that doe the other day. Went back and looked at the footage. I'm like, dude, I didn't realize that was like a fawn with it, right? Like I just thought, you usually you'll see 2 does come in. One might be a little bit smaller. I was not focused. As soon as I looked at both of them, I saw which one was bigger and I focused on her. I was looking at the footage of Pool Jet and we're like, bro, that thing was like a baby. Like she was over there like licking on it and nursing. I'm like, I can't shoot her, okay? I mean, you gotta have somewhat of a heart here. I don't want to take a mama away from a baby. Now, if it's a lonesome doe who, her fawns have grown up and whatever, then I'm not that worried. I mean, you've got to do some doe management. I've watched a lot of videos on doe management, and which is weird. The ironic thing is the more does you have, the less bucks you'll actually have. It's more complicated than that, but you don't want a ton of does. I guess like if you have a ton of does and a ton of fawns, they kind of bump out the bucks for some reason. I don't know if they just like being alone. Besides, obviously the rut. If you during the rut, obviously you're gonna have a bunch of bucks, which we did. We shot bucks out here. We've seen bucks. Have not seen a buck out here for quite some time. So taking out does here and there is not the end of the world. I have not harvested any does off my property. So taking one out is something that I wanted to do, take advantage of the late season. But taking away a mama from a baby, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of a heart, you know what I'm saying?
I know what I'm saying.
It was like, I was kind of caught up in the moment, wasn't really paying attention much to that baby. It was, for me, the camera, you guys could see it pretty well, but for where I was, the baby was actually behind the tree most of the time. After I watched the footage, I'm like, now I'm glad. It was meant to be. So, with that being said, we're back in the blind. We've got about an hour and a half. It's not as cold. I'm going to try to be a little bit more quiet. I think I figured out my shooting position. I took out the cushions here. I can kneel both knees here and shoot out that window. So I was aimed out there. Pool Jet was over there. That was the kind of the view. But, dude, evening hunts, so much nicer. Like,
way warmer.
You don't have to get up early. It's nice and warm. You got people like Macy to come drop you off the blind so you don't even have to freaking walk. Now, I know, like, driving a loud mule and stuff isn't the greatest, but these deer, they came back the same night that we bumped them before. So it's like, they're used to us riding mules around. We ride mules around every day. So with that being said, there's your update. I'm glad I didn't shoot the mom that had the baby. Here's the thing though. If mama comes in tonight with a baby, I'm not pulling the trigger.
if there's a doe that comes in alone, and I want to, I'm going to make sure she's alone. I'm not going to be like, oh, the baby's on the tree, you guys won't see it, I'm just going to shoot her. No, I'm going to make sure she's alone. Okay, I'm not, I'm here. Obviously, I like deer meat. I have plenty of deer meat. I've given some to friends and family and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm in need to fill my freezer. This is more of a doe management strategy, as well as obviously fill the freezer. I mean, we've been eating so much deer. Now I kind of figure out what I like. I like the wieners. The wieners are my favorite.
I was a big snack stick guy.
You like the snack sticks?
Oh, those slap.
Yeah, those are good. So, anyways, this isn't a do or die. This isn't a if it's brown, it's down. Okay, if it's brown and it's alone, it's down. If there's a baby, I'm not shooting it. Okay. So, anyways, time to get quiet. We're gonna chill out, relax a little bit, and hopefully, lonesome mama comes rolling. You guys stay tuned. We got her. Arrow's in her. It's right through her heart. She might go down. That's her, dude.
Yep.
It's her. No kid. There's no...
Nope.
There's no fawn. Nothing. That was her.
Beautiful.
Dude. 15, 20-yard shot.
Dude, she was real close.
What the hell? Dude, she's down, baby. Yes! Yes! Oh, my God. What are the odds, dude? Like, what are the literal odds of this? No baby. There's no baby to be found either. So there's three does on my property. 2 of them were paired up with their fawn. She came in. I bet the closest, she was probably within 12 to 50. I can range it. Where she walked up. 13 yards.
Really?
Dude, 13 yards.
Oh, I could have thrown a snowball.
13 yards, dude. I think the shot hit just a hair low. It was in the right spot, left and right. Might have been just a touch low, and I thought I could see the arrow sticking out of it, but I'm not 1,000%.
Saw, like, red.
Yeah, because we just looked back at it, and you can see blood. Yes. All right, well, we're gonna give her some time. She didn't go down real quick. She didn't kick real hard, so we're just gonna give her some time, and then we'll go try to find her.
Shoo! All right, so you guys might be wondering, where the heck's the deer? Why is it bright outside? Why aren't you holding Bambi? It wasn't Bambi, but I mean, it's part of, especially bow hunting, even CROSSBOW, it's part of it. So you guys saw me. I was like, she went down. She did. She went down. She went down right. I saw her lay down right in the far edge of that timber, and I'll show you guys here in a second where she was. I saw her lay down. I assumed she like went down. Like I just saw her go from standing to sitting. Like that's all. I just assumed she had died. So we had waited 1 hour. We walked over there, had our flashlight, fully expecting to see her, and she ended up jumping up. So she was just bedded down. She hadn't completely died, and she ran. And so I think we're still gonna find her. I hope we still find her. But the blood was really easy to follow, and I'll show you. I'm sure YouTube, I might have to black and white it, we'll see. But like the blood was very prevalent early on, and then it got less and it got less, and to where it was 1 drop every few feet, and you'll see this in a second. So the only thing I can think of is it kind of clotted up. Maybe didn't have. It looked like the shot might have been a hair low, but it was right where it needed to be, if not maybe an inch low. So I might have just missed her heart or just skimmed it or something. So anyways, long story short, she jumped. When we bumped her, I didn't want to chase her. I didn't want to be like, okay, let's wait 2 more hours, because who knows how long she can make it. If the blood completely clotted up, she might make it, for a few more hours. I doubt she would make it throughout the night, considering how cold it is. So we're gonna take you guys on her path, her trail here. I'll show you exactly where. I'm not gonna show you where I shot her because there really wasn't that much blood, but I'll show you she was standing. She stood for a bit and there was blood. So today's adventures, we gotta find her. Now you might be wondering, why didn't we bring Lucy? Because these are deer tracks. They would also look like Lucy tracks. So we're gonna follow, since it's snowy, if there wasn't snow, I would bring Lucy. But we can physically watch her trail. If you can find footprints with a little bit of blood, that's her, guaranteed. So like, unless the blood completely dried up, then we're gonna have to go get Lucy. So pull jet now, we're gonna try to go find her. So next morning, she's had plenty of time. And so we're gonna try to get back on the trail and see what we can find. So this is where it started. Okay, it's probably gonna have to go black and white. But all that spitter spatter, that's pretty good. I mean, that seemed pretty deep for her just standing there and then look at this. So it goes, look at this. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're following this. I mean, look at this, it just goes. We're following this thinking, look at that. obviously she's gonna be laying down, and she did. So I'll take you guys along her trail. I've never shot a deer in the snow, but this makes me want to only shoot deer in the snow. Because look, this is the easiest tracking of all time. So follow her here. See, but now it looks, it gets less. You just got one drop. Less. And it gets less and less, and I'll show you where she bedded down because there was a pool of blood, and then I scared her again. Or I scared her the first time, you know, when we were walking up to her. And look, there's hardly any, a couple little drops. So I don't think she made it to anyone else's property. If the blood dried up, it's gonna be kind of hard to find her. But the snow is definitely on our side. I mean, between seeing the blood and seeing her tracks, it's pretty easy. But like here, I don't see really any blood. There's not much at all, but this is her. Oh, there's one, two, couple more drops. So she basically, so you can see where the blind is from here. This is where I saw her pretty much go down. So she walked down this way, and she could be close. I saw where she went, but she might've came back, you never know. But I'll show you over here. She had come over here and she went down right here. See that bed with the blood? Which is interesting because there's more beds here. So this is where, no. Where? Oh. Wait, I did not see that last night.
How's that work?
So when I bumped her, she went this way. Okay. That's from what I saw. So we need to look for tracks that go this way and try to get on the blood. There was a deer that moved. You know, it could have been a different deer, I guess, but because there was, I mean, there might have been more than one bedding right here, and she just went with them. I'm not sure. That's interesting. I did not see this blood there, so I don't know which way it went. Like, because there is tracks down there. So maybe I'll check. Let me check for blood real quick, just to make sure before we hike up the other direction. I don't see any. She went this way. So anyway, so that's the backstory. See if we can find her. We got her, boys. Ugh, this has been quite the tracking adventure. It was one of those things like, what's the saying when you're looking for something and it's right in front of you but you don't see it? What's that saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're looking so hard for your car keys, but they're like in the most obvious spot, but for some reason you can't find them. There's something's right in front of you, you know what I'm saying? How you feeling?
I'm tired.
Tired of hiking, huh?
That's a big hill. Yeah,
so she's right down there, folks. You guys can quite see her. She's right over there. We walked down there, checked her out, made sure, obviously, it's her. And it's her. I mean, there wouldn't be any other dead deer out here. So we don't really want to have to drag her up this hill. So we just went and got through. So we went and found her by foot, and we had to go grab the mule. But she's laying right down there. There's no blood over here though. So I think when she ran, like I said, she ran down here up. She would have ran up. There's blood all around her, I think, and there's a little bed mark. So she probably laid down, fell asleep last night, and obviously didn't wake up, I'm guessing is what happened, because it doesn't look like she was like dead for a super long time. But we went and looked at the shot. The shot's good. Okay, look, it's not really much as low as we thought it was. It's a little to the left, a little back, more of a lung shot than a heart shot, but she's a trooper. She made it longer than we thought, but eventually she got done did. So you ready?
I'm ready.
He's bull just ready. We spent the last about hour hiking. I assumed she was down in this ravine. We were hiking this ravine, going back and forth, and we drove the mule around, and we were just kind of like looking. All sounds like, dude, she's right there. Like I said, it's one of those things, you're looking really hard, and she's just right in front of you, right in the wide open. You just don't see it until she's there. Anyway, so I can pull the mule quite a bit closer, and then we'll get her hooked up and drag her up, get her loaded up, skinned up, ready to rock and roll. We are going to be doing catch and cook, so you guys stay tuned. It's working! Yeah! It's working. This is great. Look at this. I got a little remote here and everything. Look at this guy. He's giving her hell. Oh, this is way easier than dragging it. I like this invention. This is great. Joe. Oh, yeah. We're getting her done did now, boy. This is definitely the way I need to be retrieving all my deer when they're down the ravine. Look at this. Just perfect. Easy as can be. The old winch is working good. So, well, we're going to get her loaded up. Actually, I'll show you real quick. Well, should I show them where I shot him? Well, how about this? There she is.
You can't see it from
Can you see that little fluffy spot? Right, that's where it went through. So a little far back, probably more of a liver, maybe back lung shot rather than a heart shot, which explains why she didn't die right away. There was a lot of blood, which the lungs will give off a lot of blood. Same thing with the liver, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So anyways, we got her. We got her done did. Perfect, mature, good cold doe. Good doe to get off, you know, as far as management purposes. Like I said, you want a good buck doe ratio, and I've already seen at least 2 full families as like a doe and a fawn. And I've seen more than that, but this is just like within the last couple weeks. This was the lonesome doe. So there you have it. We're gonna get her loaded up, skinned up, gutted up, and we are gonna be doing a catch cook. We're gonna do the catch cook in the deer blind. I feel like that's the only way to do this. Like, we got this bougie deer blind. We weren't able to use the heaters because we were setting up really close to these deer. We got the deer. We bought this expensive blind, luxurious blind that has a stove in it. So why not cook on it? So with that being said, we're gonna get her all chopped up, cleaned up, and we're gonna get to cooking inside the deer blind. You guys stay tuned. How you feeling? And you got the shirt on.
Kinky boy. Hey, just got to rep.
You look like you just woke up.
I kind of did.
Really?
This is a fancy deer blind we got, by the way.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah. This is.
That,
so we're in the new deer blind. Haven't debuted it yet. It's nickname's
nice.
Ty's apartment, actually.
Yeah,
where we've got iguanas and turtles and look, editing the shoe right there. Anyways, as you can tell, we're not in the deer blind. We could not get the stovetop to light. Not sure what the deal was with it. We got it to work one time. Me and Banjo did it, but we literally just could not get the burner going. So it's the next day. It's the next morning, and we're in Ty's apartment. And so we are going to be cooking. It kind of worked out this way though, because in the deer blind it was in the evening, so we would have just cooked it like a steak. So here's one of the tenderloins. Okay, so there's 2 of them. We cut one of them out, but we would have done is cook it like a steak, which we've done before. But then I was like, what if we cook it tomorrow morning at your apartment, but we do steak and eggs, but instead it's deer. You know what I'm saying? I forgot donuts. I nicknamed this deer and donuts, and I forgot the donuts, so we have deer anyways. So we're gonna try making a steak and eggs burrito or taco, I guess. I mean, a taco's fine. But we're gonna be using this, which is the tenderloin off of the dough. The rest of it already got dropped off at the locker, and so we're gonna be getting a bunch of meat back from that. But I always rip the tenderloins out to eat right away since they're easily accessible. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this guy up, and I'm thinking just like little just little teeny little bits, almost like it's ground. I have a food grinder. Never used it before. We could have made sausage. Yeah. I was just like, dang, that's too much work. So anyways, we're gonna cut this up. We got some salt, pepper. We're gonna season it up, throw it in here, brown it up, get some eggs in there. We've got some green salsa, and see what it tastes like doing steak and eggs in the morning, but with deer. You guys stay tuned.
I mean,
I would eat it. Well, I'm gonna eat it.
Well, try it.
Well, it honestly looks better than I thought.
It does.
For some reason, I thought it would look kind of weird, but we got a little burrito here. I don't really taste like much. Like, there's not...
What do you mean? You don't taste the meat?
That was a little bit more. There's no way you would know that's deer.
What do you think of this? Just steak and eggs? Or just
Yeah, but
regular?
even the steak doesn't have... Because we didn't season it that heavy. Like, we just put salt and pepper on it. Like, it just tastes like an egg burrito. Like, you wouldn't even know what kind of meat was in it, you know? Mystery meat.
That's fine.
I think you gotta try it. All right, you're giving her hell now. You're a big cheesy scrambled egg guy, so you might be a bigger critic than me.
I think we need more eggs.
I blew my nose.
Huh?
I felt like I couldn't taste it that good. Like, I could taste the eggs, but I couldn't taste the meat. And then I realized I'm pretty stuffed up, so I blew my nose. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Right. But, like, okay, let me just go straight in for...
Yeah, you try them eggs out.
Just some deer.
Oh. Did you try eggs or deer? What was that? Ooh.
That's not that good. It's like... It's alright. I mean, mixed in like this, look at the extra...
I'm not sure I'm gonna like that one.
You don't like salsa?
Not green salsa.
Try it.
Okay.
Just try it. It really is pretty good.
Really?
I'd be pretty surprised if you don't like it. If you don't like it, you could just...
You can't really just take it off.
Well, you can't take it off now. I was gonna say you could put on half of it and then...
Oh, well,
but
too late.
The salsa's good. I thought it was pretty good. All right, let's see what your folding skills look like.
I do one of those so that, like, you can get the mouthful up top.
Wow, you did better than me.
Not really.
That one looks good. Oh, God, yeah. Wow, that was a big, juicy bite there, son.
Hey, get back on the
Yeah, I know. I say, how was that tortilla tasting? You gotta heat the tortilla up, though. I made that mistake once, and I got roast in the comments. You gotta heat the tortilla up.
You got it.
Well, how's that? You might have to go in for another one. That doesn't include all tortilla.
What?
Yeah.
Get that out of here.
There you go. There. Okay, that's an official bite there. Do you taste the deer at all?
I'm tasting the eggs and tortilla.
Yeah, me too. Like it wasn't. I feel like the meat ratio was good, but it doesn't have.
We put a lot of meat in.
I thought we did too. I mean, you look at it. That's what you would normally see with like pork. But I think pork has such a bold flavor. There's just not much. I mean, it's good, but you wouldn't be like,
no flavor,
I
no
want
flavor.
deer and egg tacos. Like you're basically just eating an egg taco, but then consuming deer meat. You know, good source of protein. But that's about it.
Sure.
So I mean, hey, if you don't like the taste of deer and you're trying to get rid of it in your freezer, and it's just like a tenderloin or a steak or ground up, I would say this would hide it pretty well. Not that deer
Yeah.
tastes bad. I mean, I tasted just one piece, but it's pretty unseasoned. I'm trying to think, what could you do to that meat? Because you don't want to like marinate it. Like, I guess I'm just used.
like do a different type of seasoning.
You would have to mix it with like pork sausage. If you mixed it, so like if you got breakfast sausage and did like a 50-50 blend, that would be an easy way to get rid of it. You know, not all like consuming deer is not always about like what tastes the best, because for me, you like snack sticks.
Oh yeah.
I like snack sticks, but you can't have everything be snack sticks. Like you don't want to take a tenderloin and make it snack sticks. You make it a steak, which is really good.
That'd be a good snack stick though.
It'd probably be the best snack stick.
Just saying.
But it's kind of a disgrace. But they see that they mix it. They mix it with like pork and fat and some other seeds. So anyways, that's what we've got. We got some deer eggs. It doesn't have a crazy bold taste, but it was good. I would eat it again.
Good, yeah.
But if you took the deer out, you probably wouldn't know.
No.
See, I wouldn't know either. Anyways, that is our catch and cook deer and donuts minus the donuts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We got a deer down on the ground in the expensive blind. The blind needs some work. We obviously, we got it. We wanted to shoot a deer out of it since it's, basically the season's pretty much over now. Now that it's over, we can tinker with it and make it better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. We'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.